So the current score is 4-4 in the RSTL finals between Team NewRoSoft and Team prOperty. Spawning in the top left corner of the map, we find our blue Terran player from Team prOperty. Finally, he was taken out. One game was taken away from him in the last game on Yonsu against the Blink Stalker all-in of Welmu. But it is Moro. And his opponent, the red Phobos player, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of the map for Team NewRoSoft. It is Welmu. And once again, this is the decider match. The winner takes the prize of $305. The loser of this match still takes a prize of $111. But you have to split that with your team. So you definitely want to take that win, otherwise it does get a little bit less more money. We have gotten the very long spawn positions on the map way station, so I cannot blame any Nexus first play or anything like that. But Welmu just playing it very straight up, getting that gateway on the other side of the map. Moro did not even go for the expansion first, went for the barracks into a gas geyser, because the fastest way to get from one end of the map to the other side of the map is pretty much with Phoenixes or Mutalisk, I guess. But the fastest way on the ground is gonna be with Reapers. Of course, we have the Speedlings too, but Zerg is not in this matchup, so that doesn't really count. And as a follow-up, of course, both players will go for the expansion. I'm surprised Moro even sending out that SCV to scout out his opponent. Where is he exactly going? He's still gonna check out the main base, but it's gonna be close actually. Who's gonna be in the base of Welmu faster? Is it gonna be the Reaper or the SCV? Now the SCV already has half the map start right there. The Reaper is only halfway done producing. Well, it is gonna be the SCV in the end after all, but not the biggest of difference, and that's quite a bit of lost mining time. But the cybernetic score is now gonna be on the way. I do believe that the Reaper can still squeeze through here. Can he? I'm not 100% sure on that. But there might be a little hole just for the Reaper right there. Now, not even the Nexus is going to get denied. We do see that the Nexus is going to come down without any problems from the SCV, as he is spotting that there is that wall of going down. And of course that pylon to power up any tech that Welmu wants to throw down right there. Reaper has also made it halfway across the map right now for the secondary scout. That probe, will it get spotted? No, it will not get spotted just after the Reaper gets there. It will make it out of that main base, and Welmu's going to be very happy with the fact that he is going to be able to get that probe out of the base. He's going to be less happy with the Reaper getting one kill in his probe line. Getting that one probe already going to be very painful for Welmu, but not unrecoverable. Getting that Reaper is definitely an investment from a Terran player. And that Reaper is now even juking me. Does not happen all too much. But a nice scout for that Reaper. Now once again we do see that the Twilight Council is going to come through. This has not been spotted by Welmu so far. And the probe is hiding on the other side of the map. Are we going to see another all-in come down from Welmu? It definitely is a possibility, but this map is not the most perfect for it. Yes, you can jump into the main base right there, but you don't get the most amount of service area going. So are we going to see Blink come down or a Dark Shrine? The Dark Shrine is gonna be the choice for Welmu. And Dark Templars can be a pain to deal with for any Terran player if there are no missile turrets in place already. Getting missile turrets down when there is a Dark Templar already in your base is going to be very painful. And you do need to get enough energy on your orbital command to go for enough detection. So let's see. It can either work out great or it cannot work out at all. Now he's keeping those Marines inside his main base, still scared of course about any oracles flying into his base, because on Polar Knight that was still very painful. But on the last game with the Blink Stalkers, did work out pretty well. That was in fact the build that killed him. And can you really blame a Terran player for losing a game against a Protoss player on Yonsu that is going for that That is in fact going for that Blink Stalker all in. That was why a lot of Terran players hated that map, and you pretty much knew exactly when Protoss players would do it. But in the end, Terrans were just over protecting themselves with too many bunkers, investing too much into that. The Protoss has just learned to play very, very greedy with it. Stalkers are poking at the front. Dark Templars are being warped in. He's gonna send one to the main, one to the natural. There are no missile turrets here in position to kill them off. There's gonna be the scan. That Dark Templar is gonna go down, but there's another one here. Missile turret does get started. He's gonna hug that turret pretty significantly. It was in range just a little bit. The SCV is gonna go down. This is exactly what I was talking about. Can get very tricky. And both of the orbital commands so insanely low on health, he might have to evacuate his natural base right there. And already 6 workers did go down. Another missile turret does get started on that high ground. That is going to provide him with a little bit of detection. But 2 Dark Templars are going to be doing a lot of damage to this orbital command if he does not deal with it accordingly. Now the missile turret on the high ground is done. Still, he's out of range to kill off that Dark Templar right there. But now, oh, he baited him in that range of the missile turret on the high ground. And Morrow has held on with that missile turret. Still a pylon on the other side of the map. But looking at the current state, 50 probes against 35 SCVs. Not the position you want to be in as a Terran. And he has spotted the glimmer from the Dark Templar. He takes out another one. But every mule is going to be very costly, especially if you're down in workers as much as Morrow is right now. So a beautiful opening from Wellmu, but will he be able to capitalize on that? He's going to go for a 3rd base right on the back of this. And he is really keeping Morrow back at home quite a bit with those Dark Templars. Back at home is also going for the Colossus tech. The robotics bay is morphing in. He's gotten quite a few extra gateways to make this happen. And of course the robotics facility is just waiting for that tech to be done so he can go for that Colossus build. There he goes. The first one does get started. Now Stimpack should already be done on these yeah, it is done on those Marines and Marauders. And he can start to move onto the map just a little bit. Factory is floating ahead of him. But it can be very difficult to move across the map efficiently because it's just such a long way home, and even if you use stim, those bioforces are not the fastest, and that is actually going to be even trickier for Protoss players in the latest stage of this game. They really will need their warp-in mechanics to make anything happen. But now, is he going to spot that 3rd base? Yeah, he should spot that 3rd base. He might even try and get a cancel on that because this is still a lot of bio to work with. Looking at the upgrades, 1-1 is done for Morrow. Scanning ahead to see what exactly is here for Wellmu, and he's going to go towards that 3rd base. Are we going to see the cancel? No, we will not. But even if this does get chased down, oh, Blink even being done, Photon Overcharge being casted, he is going to kill the Nexus. He should get the Nexus at least. There he goes, but all the medevacs have been taken out, so these units are completely sacrificial. Going for the Colossus. Not getting it though, just a little bit of damage done, but losing a lot of units for the kill on that 3rd Nexus. Was not cancelled, it was of course already done. And Wellmu has a 20 supply lead right now, which pretty much is all in army supply at this point. But Morrow evening up in that worker supply quite a bit. The command center for the 3rd base is on its way. The Marines are scouting out that 3rd base. Are they going to find that the pylon is there? Yeah, they do find it, but they are not going for the kill just yet. And the factory is juking those stalkers to the best of his abilities, but it's still a pretty slow unit. Now the pylon was taken out, so no more warp-in possibilities for Wellmu right there. But this army for Wellmu is still going to look pretty scary. The Stalkers will be rejoining this army very soon. Another pylon is going to be warping in. 3rd base is going to be re-established. But don't forget, there are already 7 gateways on the map right there. And he is looking to make a push. And there's a quadruple medevac drop heading towards the main base. Pretty much the fill of 3 medevacs right there. But will he have enough to hold on this attack here? This is looking very good for Wellmu, and this is not a lot of bioforces for there's not a lot of bioforce for Morrow, but it looks like a little bit of a base trade scenario once again. But those zealots, they have the +1 armor already. The bioforce of Morrow cannot retreat anymore. He's pulling the SCVs. At the same time, he's dropping inside the main base. Colossus that are spawning are not going to do anything because there's a great spread on those units already. He's going to focus on the Nexus, but there are not too many units in this position. The Immortal finally going to get taken out. No, he does get his last shot off, and this is looking great for Whelmu. It looks like he has done it. The Dark Templars for the first initial damage. And then the Medivacs, of course, on the other side of the map, sacrificing so many units to kill off that third base of Whelmu. And Whelmu is still sitting at his own third base. Dark Templars even being warped in to defend against it. But this is just a few of those Marines. And there's going to be the GG. And Team NewRoSoft, with the help of Whelmu, with Whelmu getting that last victory, takes it. And NewRoSoft is going to be the victor for RSTL Season number 5, Division 1.